He wants to know what's the best way to recruit, right? That I personally do. This is a very funny thing, right? If I knew the answer to this, then I'd be much more successful. But from my opinion, people ask me this question in a different way. So they ask me this. They say, when should I present the business to them? Right? Is it the first time I meet? The second time I meet? Is it after they purchase the product? After they like the product? After I read their facial expression? When is it? When do I present the business model to them? Okay? So it's kind of like the question that you're asking. For me, when I started, I always told each person that I'm meeting everything. Right? So some people just introduce product, and then they never mention that it's MLM, they never mention that it's a business, and then they just leave. Right? Or they give them a leaflet. So this is here, I'll tell you a real funny story, okay? So there's a restaurant in front of my center in Korea. Okay? So my members and other members go to this restaurant to eat every day, but they're reluctant to ask them to register because they think they'll get rejected. So they went to the restaurant and they'll give them a leaflet. They'll say, "Oh, look at these products. If you want to buy anything, please give me a call." And then they leave. Okay. And then the next person comes. Person A gave them their leaflet. Person B gives them their leaflet. They're like, "Oh, hey, this is ATOMY. You should try the products and do this." And I saw that, right? I saw that, and then I said, and then I went with no leaflet. I said, "Did you register?" She's like, "No, all right, register with me." So all these other people are just giving out leaflets, doing all the work for me, and then I go by, "You saw the leaflet, right? All right, register with me." So people won't register if you don't ask them, right? People won't be interested in the business if you don't tell them. People won't buy the products if you don't explain it to them. So what are you going to do? So each person that you meet, you need to give them value by answering questions that they want answered, right? And it has to be in a roundabout way. So every person that I would meet, that I had time to talk to, I'll be very simple with you. I'd be like, "So, what kind of work do you do?" I just talk to them and then just break the ice. And I ask them, if you're able to make a few extra bucks a month, would you want to do it? And everybody tells me, yes. Nobody tells me, no, I hate money. Everybody's like, yeah, if I can make a few extra bucks, I'd love to do that. And then I ask them, so what kind of businesses are you familiar with? They're like, "Oh, I don't know any business." And then I just tell them the different business types and which one I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it's no risk, it doesn't cost any money, and it's everyday necessities that you take anyways. And then I persuade them into being a member and then learning with me. And that's all it is. There's no pressure. Okay? And I have to show them that there's nothing in terms of risk for them. And as soon as they are on board, this is the hard part. As soon as you get somebody on board, then they have a group of followers that trust them, right? Usually, unless you're a scam artist, right? But usually you have a group of individuals that trust them. And that's when your business starts to grow. So for me, I have many friends still that are not registered in ATOMY. Many. Why? Because I have no time to meet them, right? I don't have time to call them and explain it to them. If they call me, then But why? Because I'm so busy meeting other people's partners. For example, let's say that you two are my partners. Just you two, okay? Do you have friends? I hope so, right? You're supposed to laugh. But you have friends, right? So I go, and then we do a list up, right? And they see the prospects. And I'm so busy for now until forever. Why? Because I'm meeting your friends with you, and then as soon as I meet a friend of yours that desires to do the business like you're doing, then I don't have to meet you anymore, right? Because you already understand how to do the business. I meet this newcomer, and then I duplicate this person. And then this person, I guarantee you, has another friend, right? And then now after I duplicate this person, I'm busy meeting. So I can't meet my friends because I'm so busy meeting these people. And that's how it should be. But you know what happens? You don't do that. Usually people don't want to meet. They don't want to introduce ATOMY to their warm market. They want to try to introduce it to strangers. Because it's better being rejected by strangers than your best friend, is what they say, right? So they're like, oh, I don't want to tell my friend because they won't meet me for popcorn anymore, you know? But those are the people that you can meet anyways. So the strangers are the ones that are harder to persuade because you only have one chance with them, right? If you miss your chance, you can't meet them again. But my auntie, she has to see me, right? Because I know where she lives. So I can go to my auntie's house, be like, hi auntie. She's like, oh, you're back again? You know? I'm back, you know? But to a stranger, they'll put a restraining order on you, right? But your auntie, she won't do that, right? So it's better to go back to a place or location or to a person where you can repeat the process until they understand. And as soon as you're able to do that, then you get it. So it's about consistency. So let me finish with this example, okay? Let's say that I went to, you're in front of me, so I can. So let's say that I recruited her, okay? So I'm recruiting her, so let's say one of my partners says, oh, please meet one of my friends. She's really a business-minded person, and she really will be a great fit. But she knows nothing about ATOMY, right? Because that's my job. She wants me to introduce ATOMY to her, not her, right? So she takes me, and I sit down, and I'm explaining things to you, and I see her staring at me, but she's looking at me like she wants to punch me in the face. She doesn't want to talk to me. And I'm explaining everything perfectly, right? Like, I'm doing it perfect, right? And I did my best. But at the end of the conversation, she's just upset. And she just leaves. Come to find out, right? She just had a fight with her boyfriend. And I look like her boyfriend. So she doesn't want to look at me, right? So everything I'm saying to her, she doesn't want to listen to, right? So my partner says again, right? She's like, oh, please meet this person one more time. You know, it was a bad situation and this and that. And then I am consistent, so I go and meet her again. But this time, she's just staring at me just with lovely eyes, listening to everything that I'm saying. Come to find out, today her boyfriend bought her flowers, right? So she likes looking at me now, because I look like him, right? And I said the same thing as I said last time when she rejected the ATOMY business model, but today, she accepts it. It's about consistency. It's not about, you can never do the perfect presentation when all situations are not going to be perfect. But it's inevitable that if you continue to go and to share, that this person will be at a place where they're willing to listen sooner or later. Does that make sense? So that's the best way to recruit. Being consistent with what you're doing, making sure the people that you're meeting, you're able to give them value, and that you're always smiling, right? So a lot of newbies, what do? Amateurs. When they start rejecting you, they just, you know? Like, what do you know about ATOMY, you know? And then they start fighting with them. Don't do that, you know? Just smile and, agree, and then, just come back next time and talk to you again.